Back here on MLB Now, and this Rich Rowley putting out the news. Bo Porter, interviewed for the Angels managerial job, is joining Ron Washington's staff as first base coach. I know Bo Porter. Bo Porter's a friend of mine. We know Bo. He's right here. Bo, we're going to miss you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, BK. I'm going to miss you all, too.
We had a great run. I love talking strategy with you down through the playoffs, and we were just doing our baseball-y thing and looking at plays and where the rubber meets the road these days, where the game is one a base at a time.
Yes, and a lot of times in those conversations, I think back to them, there's a lot to be learned when you surround yourself with people like yourself that are very in tune to the different aspects of the game. So I'm very thankful for my time here.
This is tremendous. No, and you're going to work with Ron Washington. What's the relationship there?
Well, Wash was my third base coach when I was in Oakland, and our relationship go all the way back to 1999 when I, left Chicago Cubs, and in 2000 was Rule 5 over to Oakland. Wash was the third base coach, and we developed a great relationship there. Even my time managing in Houston when he was in Texas. As a young manager, he's someone that I leaned on. In conversations. Obviously, we were in the same division, so our relationship is great. I was in Atlanta when Wash came to be the third base coach. I interviewed for the managerial job, and during that interview, we talked about who my bench coach would be, and Ron Washington was in Oakland at the time. And after they interviewed Wash, John Hart came to me and he said, hey, I really think that, you kind of run the course on the field. It really would help you if you were to move into the front office. So I moved into the front office to be a special assistant, and Wash was hired as the third base coach. So we have deep relations, and it's an honor to join him, in Anaheim with the Angels.
Yeah, it's going to be tremendous. Again, what he did in Atlanta was special. I know Eric Young's going to be there, too, trying to bring that kind of College of Cardinals around. That coaching staff, Brian Snitker did a tremendous job, obviously, but it was the whole staff that seemed to bring exponential results out of that club.
Your coaching staff at the major league level is so important. You have players arriving in the big leagues that are unfinished. So the coaches that you surround them with that have an opportunity to impact them each and every day and finish off their development at the major league level, you can't place a value on it.
Right. That's well put. The technology that's available now, too, enables you to maximize performance. You have to be good at that because other clubs are going to be good at that. The Braves are great at that. So you guys need to be great at that. What's your team identity? Earlier in the week, I did a thing on the Angels core, right? Neto, Ohapi, Shanuel. There's a nice young players, yet you still are star-driven. Even without Ohtani, you've got Trout, you've got Rendon. What identity do you and Ron Washington want to have?
Well, when you think about, you heard Wash in his press conference yesterday. One, there's going to be an extreme attention to detail. The way we're going to work is going to give the confidence to the players that they need to be able to go out and play fast. When you look at not only the coaching staff that Ron Washington is surrounding us with, even when you start to think about the information that's out there to help players play fast, I believe that as a coaching staff, the deployment of that information is going to be really beneficial to our players.
Your highest paid player is Anthony Rendon. I know you've known him a long time. He's off a lost season. What can be done there?
Well, I think, one, when you start to look at health, it can be very tricky of how healthy has Anthony Rendon been. But I think that when you look at all of the many changes that are taking place with the Angels, I've known Anthony a long time. I believe that he's going to come in more motivated than probably anybody on our ball club because this guy loves to play baseball. And when you look at his statistics and when he's been on the field throughout his career, he's a top 5, top 10 player in our game. Our job is to make sure that we keep him upright and healthy so that he can go out and produce the way he's capable of producing.
Just got to play, Bo. I mean, it's like just being on the field is everything. How about his preparation to get on the field, right? That's got to be part of it.
Yes, and I believe, and again, when you think about, knowing someone to the core, this is a guy that he's going to work hard. I think when you start to look at a culture and building an environment where it's a championship culture, that inspires everyone to want to put their best foot forward.
One last thing. Angels recently moved out 2 pitching coordinators. One of them was then hired by the Rays. Troy Percival, one of their greats, great closer, was there at camp. We don't know if those things two match up, but this is prevalent throughout baseball. You and I speak about it a lot. It is the analytics kids on their iPads and looking at different things, and then the old school guys saying, you got to look at the real world as well. So what are you going to try to do? Where are you going to try to, make that work?
Well, I think it's a balance. When you look at the organizations that are successful, with all the information that we have, it would be impossible to actually reach your full potential without using the information.
You need to be properly armed for battle, right? We were watching the World Series, and you see Brett Strom versus the Rangers staff. It's staff versus staff as well. And the players have to do it, but you also need to have the information for those guys.
Yes, that's why the deployment of the information is so important. From a coaching standpoint, it's our job to go through all the information, decipher that information, deploy it to the player in a way in which it allows the player to play fast. Baseball is a very instinctive game. Your instincts immediately become better when you're able to anticipate. So by using all of the metrics and all the information that we have, and we deploy it to our players that allow them to play fast and be more instinctive, that's how you help players reach their full potential.
Right. Excellent. Will you still do, like, drop in and do baseball plays now and then, just here and there?
Anytime,
road
BK.
trip or anything?
Anytime.
Congratulations, Chief. Very happy for you.